just starting to put the undercoat, primer. Sue's behind me starting. It's undercoat, primer and knotting solution, and then we're going to put on, I think you need 2 coats of this. So we're going to start this today. So I'll set you up and you can watch us. We're done for the day. That is all the priming done. So, there you go. 2 coats of primer, which is also an undercoat, which is also a knotter, or knotting solution in it. That means either tomorrow or next week I can start painting it white. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Super exciting. Good morning. Haven't actually done much for about maybe 2 weeks actually, because I kind of fell off a climbing wall and hurt my ankle, like 3 foot off a climbing wall. So I had a week where I couldn't do anything, as in anything, let alone anything to the van, and then another week of a little bit of rehab. So now is the first time I'm going to be doing stuff for the van, and I have a little helper with me. You ready? Me. Em's living with me. She's a nomad. She knows the life that I'm looking forward to. She doesn't have a van, but she does it differently. So Em's living with me at the moment, and she said, oh, she'd help me paint. So basically what we're going to do is, this is all prepped with undercoat, which has also got a knot and primer in it. So we're going to paint the walls first, and then we're going to paint the bed. We're not painting the flats, we're just going to paint like the side bits of the bed. That needs to be undercoated, etc. first. So we decided we're going to paint first. And actually I'm probably going to answer a few of your questions that I asked for on Instagram and Facebook whilst we paint. Thought that'd be a good idea. Em probably is going to end up asking me loads of questions because she does that. So it'll be more interesting than just seeing us super fast doing the painting. So yeah, I'll set you up and you'll be able to watch us. See ya. Right, my phone over here. I think I got big enough paint pot.
How heavy is it? How much is it?
I think, I don't know, but do you know I bought too much stain? This is 10 litres. But I'm going to be painting like everything. Like, everything inside here is going to be white, so I think 10 litres may not even be
She
enough.
really likes white.
I do.
And grey. Grey and white. I think the colour themes will be grey, white, with a bit of blue, and maybe like colours, but they are things that can leave, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yes, that's definitely correct. I like teal though, like tealy turquoise, as well as like navy blue. They're my two favorite colours.
Like ocean. It's very ocean, like interior design.
Yeah. I like a sandy kind of colour.
It's all kind of like, we've been watching this TV show where they like redesign Airbnbs, and there's so much like style.
Beach style.
Beach style.
Oh, I like that. I like the beach. It's my favourite place.
I think if it was mine, it would be a lot more like indie, eccentric, bright colours. I really like bright colours.
Right.
Okay.
So where do you want to go? Probably safest with my ankle.
Yeah, if you say
my ankle's really bad, by the way. Like,
she has this like ice machine on her foot that she got, and it like whirs and like makes it really cold, right?
It's called an air cast.
That's
air cast Cairo cuff.
Oh,
and it cuffs around my ankle, and it pumps it's ice cold water round the cuff so that it ices my whole foot.
She's way more technical than I am.
Yeah, so, but I went in the sea this morning, so I didn't need to use that this morning. But it's pretty bad. I mean, the bruising's really bad. It goes all the way up the back of my ankle, and then all the way over my toes. It looks purple today. Yeah. So,
I've never seen someone more determined to get back to full health after falling 3.5 feet from a climbing wall.
And my mum said to me, "What were you doing?" And I said, "I was climbing." She was like, "Why?"
But she did orange!
But I did the orange level! Woo!
I don't know what that means!
I went with my friend Emma. Emma, you're amazing. She's an amazing climber, and she was pushing me because I was scared of falling. And then I fell. But I'm gonna go back once I'm back to full health. Anyway, we can't go back at the moment because we're in lockdown, which is why I'm glad that Em's with me.
And we're painting.
We're painting together.
Questions.
Oh yeah, questions. Okay, so I have a question from... Oh, I forgot to take ibuprofen. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. I don't know, should I say their names? Should I say their Instagram handles? Okay.
Say their Instagram handles.
Okay, so I have a question from Ben James, 1985. He asked me, do you have solar panels? If so, which ones and where from? So, at current, I don't have my solar panels on my roof. That is purposefully done because I'm going to eventually buy a roof rack. I'm going to either buy a Rhino roof rack or get a roof rack specially made to then have my solar panels on top, because I don't currently, especially not now, feel safe going up on the roof without anything up there. Like, my dad got up there before and he was like, "Come on, you can come up here," and I was like, I don't think so, because I'm pretty scared of heights, which is why me falling from a rock climbing wall is even more funny. So no, I don't have solar panels at the moment. But right, let's have a look at another question. I think you asked me a question, Em.
Probably.
Emily asked me, are you thinking of painting Skylar or having a funky design done? I think you'll mean on the outside, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yes is the answer. But that kind of changes in my head all the time, because then that's more money that I don't have at the moment. Obviously COVID's hit and that's affected my business. But, you know, with starting my new business, I may end up having enough money to be able to paint the outside of her. And then comes the decision of what colour, because originally I wanted to have her grey, like a gunmetal grey, a matte gunmetal grey. I thought that would be really cool, because there are some grey vans out there, but like, it's not like a... There's lots more white vans, I think. I mean, I might be wrong. But then, all my swimming friends, when we were in Lyme Regis, they were trying to convince me to paint the outside of Skylar turquoise.
What?
Yeah, so yeah, I might, and I've just literally seen a load of vans, not a load of vans, but like a group of vans together in Spain for their lockdown. And there was like, the van that stood out for me was the turquoise one. Like, How many turquoise vans do you see?
Are there any like safety concerns behind like having a van that isn't like not normal, but like
Is
you know.
more out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's safety concerns anyway for a female solo traveller, I suppose.
Fair enough.
I mean, I read a story last night from I don't think she's a YouTuber. I think she's just an Instagrammer. She does a podcast. I listen to her podcast, and I just happened to go on my Instagram, and she posted about the fact that she'd set up her camp,
Right.
and she'd come back from a dog walk, and there was a guy like basically parked up right by her van, and her van is a white Mercedes Sprinter, I think.
Right.
And he was parked right next to her van, and so instantly she kind of got like this, oh, what's going on here? She walked over to her van, and he was like asking her loads of questions, and it went on for about 20 minutes, and she was trying to like not answer them fully, like he was asking her if she was going to stay there and all that kind of stuff. And she got spooked, obviously. I would obviously get spooked as well. So she was like, oh, actually no, I'm leaving. And so he was like, oh, okay then, and he left. So she had to pack up her stuff, which she obviously had a lot of stuff out, because if you're planning to stay there, like, you know, you don't need like stuff that can be stolen and you don't care about out, but you know. And then he came back again while she was trying to pack up, and she was on the phone to someone just in case. And yeah, so you have those kind of things anyway, not to scare anybody, but you know, that's a fact. You have to be safe when you're doing it, and have like, you know, precautions in place to protect yourself. But are you talking like more stealth camper, like people can recognise you're in a camper if I'm a turquoise? Is that what you mean? Like, whereas if I kept it white, it just kind of looks like a van with windows.
Kind of, yeah.
I suppose, yeah. Like it's.
I mean, I'm asking because like I don't know, not because I think like the worst would happen. I just
No, yeah.
curiosity.
I think
teal would be awesome.
Yeah, I just think it'd be pretty cool. I mean, yeah, potentially it would be more obvious that I was camping. But I think by the time my van's done, it's going to be pretty obvious that I'm camping. I'm not building a stealth camper. You know, I put windows in both sides. You can see through the windows. I'm going to put portholes in the back windows. So you're going to be able to tell mine's a camper. I've got 2 fans on the roof. I'm going to have a roof rack with solar panels. Like, I feel like you're going to be able to tell. So, yeah. I could just keep the van white and do like a grey is it decal? What do you call it? You know, like a sticker?
Decoupage? No, that's something different.
No, that's
Forget
like
that!
It's like sticking, like, yeah.
Vinyl.
Like a vinyl, yeah. Not a wrap, but like either mountains or like a, you know, waves, something like that. So maybe I might be painting Skylar. If I paint her all one colour, I will roller her, and it's going to be a matte colour, whether that's teal or gunmetal grey. It's going to be matte, and the accessories are going to be black. So I don't just like white. I like black too. And grey.
You're literally wearing black and white.
I know. So yeah, that's the answer to that question.
Cool.
Right, let me find another question.
Okay.
Take the song out of my head.
Wow. That's
Right.
very impossible, but
My lovely friend, Sam, his handle on Instagram is 4 daughters, 1 dad. His question was, where will home be? I'm guessing you're asking like, where will home be once I've moved into the van? So I have a few things that obviously stop me from travelling loads at the moment. 1, COVID. I'm going to have to get down to my knees, I think. And 2, my business. I probably haven't told everybody what my business is, but... Oh, I better not kneel in that. That's paint. 1 second, guys.
1 second. Right, I gotta get down.
Oh, does that mean I need to move?
Well, it might be a good idea. Is this alright?
What? Yeah. Why is it not alright?
I just want to make sure it's not like... It's the wood as well, right? Because it's quite jagged.
Let me get you the step. Don't step in this, that would be a very bad idea.
Oh, less fun coming down. Whoa! I got long legs, man.
Right, where was I? So, my business, I'm something called a conductor. No, not in music. I basically provide rehabilitation sessions to disabled children. I'm not sure if I can be seen in this camera right now, but we'll go with it. So basically at the moment I am needed around this area to do my sessions. I love all the kids that I work with, I love the sessions that I do, but eventually I will stop doing my sessions, you know, which is like, that's just life, like normal things happen. But it needs to be the right time, and I need to say if I want to decide to get another therapist to take over my sessions, all that kind of thing. But at the moment it's not really the right time for that, because one, I love doing my sessions, and I can kind of, that's a really loud car, I can kind of do that whilst going away, like basically at the weekends. So for now, when I'm in the van, home will be around here, but eventually I want to go off and travel around the world. So home will be in Skylar, wherever I end up. But I won't do that for my whole life. I just want to kind of explore and see the world a bit. Like, I'm only 30, so many places to see. Like, I want to swim in as many places as possible. Obviously I'm a sea swimmer. I love swimming. But even just in the UK, there's so many places I can go and see. I found that out even just going away to like Kimmeridge the other week.
Which is in...
Dorset.
Dorset, right?
Yeah. And
Which
so,
is South England for any international fans.
I'm obviously down in the south. And even just along the coast, like going from where I am, in Hampshire, there's loads. I can either go like towards Dorset and Poole and all that kind of place, or I can go towards like Brighton. I haven't been that way. Brighton, Southbourne. So there's loads of places I haven't swam yet, and I really want to do Wales as my first trip in Skylar, because that's where I'm from, and I haven't swam there as an adult, and I really, really want to. And I know all the cool places, and I want to explore Wales as an adult because I've obviously explored it as a child. So yeah, that answers Sam's question where home will be. Let's see what the question I have from Jennifer Slopez Van. She asks me, what part of the van build are you most looking forward to doing? Oh, that's kind of a hard question actually, because I was really looking forward to getting the cladding on. Like, that was a major thing for me. Like, it felt like Skylar was really like looking and feeling like a home. So that was really exciting, and I was really looking forward to that part. But now that the cladding's on and we've kind of like, you know, we're painting it right now, so that'll be done soon. The next part of the van that I'm really looking forward to having done, probably like the bench seat, because at the moment I'm obviously using the van all the time, and going down to the beach every day in my van, doing a workout, swimming, and then getting changed in my van, and especially with my bad foot, I am struggling to stand and get changed. So having somewhere to sit, especially when you're like trying to warm up after a swim.
Her teeth like chatter so much when she's cold.
Yeah, so when you're like, those of you that don't know, cold water swimming, you like get a kind of after drop afterwards, depending on how long you've been in the cold water and how cold the water is. But I seem to be getting it quite quickly this year. It's probably because I've lost so much weight in such a short space of time. And last year I was probably around 16.5 stone at this point, and now I'm like 13 stone. So I've lost a lot of weight and my body's not used to having like not much weight and not much fat. Yeah, we can. So yeah, you get really cold and you shiver, which is a good thing. Shivering is a good thing, but you can't like, you're like this, with a hot drink in your hand, you're trying not to spill the hot drink. But, you know, I sit down in my van, but at the moment I'm just sat on my step, like looking out, seeing everyone, and I kind of really would love to have my friends come in my van and sit on the bench and like have a cup of tea in the van and warm up. So I suppose that doesn't really answer the question because I'm kind of looking forward to the whole van being finished if I'm talking like that.
I think the design bit, like Kerry's she loves all like the detail, the design, getting the bowls and like, I think that would be like...
Yeah, like I've already found my kettle. The kettle that's going to go on like my stove, I've already found that. Like I know which one I want to have. So yeah, I suppose that kind of the finishing touches in a way is an exciting part for me. Like I found the bedding that I want, and you know, I think once all the items of the inside are built, that's going to be super exciting moment. But my main thing was getting like the cladding on. Like that was really like, you should have seen me when I was putting the cladding on. I was like, the cladding's on! And then my like dad was with me and he's like, okay, calm down. Yeah, I think I've got one more question that we're going to find out. Last question before my camera dies. John the Cap said, are you in the van full time now? Well, I kind of answered that, didn't I, in the last few questions. I'm not in the van full time at the moment, thankfully, because I've just hurt my ankle. I would love to be able to say that by March I could potentially be living in the van full time if I wanted to, because that would be pretty cool. But with everything with lockdown and COVID, it's kind of mixing stuff up quite a bit. Like materials aren't available or as available, that kind of thing. Just checking that I got everything. Yeah, so I have to be, you know, realistic that like COVID and lockdown is affecting the build in some ways, and I have to be willing to like just take my time. Plus money is a massive thing, especially because thankfully this time during lockdown I'm able to still work because I'm classed as a key person and obviously all the children need their therapy. So yeah, I basically have to just keep saving up, which is fine. But hopefully maybe by March, but I have my Ironman in July next year in Spain. I would be gutted if Skylar wasn't wholly finished by July next year.
I think that's a great goal.
Yeah, because she's then I'll take her to Spain with me, and I think my mum and dad will take Colonel K, and then my friend Julie will be taking her VW. So, yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you done this wall?
Yeah.
We finished the wall.
Yay!
Cup of tea time!
Tea time.
I definitely need a cup of tea. So yeah, that's all my questions.
Woo!
Hope you enjoyed those answers, and they
If you have any more questions, make sure to let Kerry know and she can answer in future ones.
Yeah, totally. I'm up for answering any questions about anything, whether it's to do with me or the van or anything like that. So yeah.
And Tank! We're going to get Tank out in a bit.
Oh yeah, Tank's coming out. He's been a bit funny this morning, so he'll come out with us when we do the next wall.
We're just having a tea party. We got a little Tank involved.
I can't cross my legs. Sorry guys. I have to put my legs out like this. Well, I can cross one.
Yeah. You know, I'm really kind of impressed with the whole van, you know.
Really?
Like I never thought you'd do it.
Really?
Like, not because I don't think you couldn't do it, but like back when because I used to know Kerry like a couple of years ago before I went travelling, so I knew her pre my travels, and like I never really heard you like talk about anything like this.
It's interesting because I hadn't really opened up to many people, but when I mentioned it to, obviously I told my mum and dad pretty quickly that I was buying a van. And then a week later I bought a van. And when my mum mentioned it to my sister out in Canada, she was like, oh yeah, Kerry was talking about like 2 years ago.
Wow.
And I'd spoken to my sister about it because that was like a year after I got married. And I was like, oh, I really want to. I've always wanted to travel, but it was always like, I've got the dogs. Obviously, I used to have 2 dogs. How am I going to do that? Blah, 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 blah. You know, where are you going? Wait, there's paint there. No, that's paint. Come back over here. A black dog with white paint. So yeah, my path just kind of changed, and even on the lead up to my wedding, I'd got an job offer in Canada, and I was going, you know. So it was obviously still there in the background, and I just couldn't complete that. And obviously then I realised I wasn't in the right relationship. And then I obviously went on a journey from the moment which was this time last year, I'd just been single for about a month.
Yeah. And
started the divorce and stuff. And I've been on a journey for the last year, like working me out again, because I'd kind of hidden me. I had counselling, which I'm not.
Who hasn't had therapy?
Exactly, it's amazing.
Therapy.
I had counselling this year, and I had something called rapid eye movement therapy, which is like, for me, it was the most amazing type of counselling that I'd ever had. And interestingly, my counsellor hadn't even really known me for that long, and she said to me like one day, I could just see you travelling like the world. It's like, well, actually, I've always wanted to do that, but always been scared of it, for one. And then I've had a dog since the age of 21, so it's how on earth would I be able to do that with a dog?
Right.
Like, you know, I could still probably do it, I'm sure, but it would make it like 10 times harder. And then I never really thought that I'd ever have the money to do the van. Or I've always wanted the van, but I've never really thought that I would be able to do it.
Right.
And then, like, the opportunity just arose, and it just happened to be during COVID that the money came through, and I was like, right, I'm going to do this.
And it's such a different way to travel than I did. Like, I had a really similar story. Like, I had therapy a couple of years ago, realised that I really wanted to go see the world, but I knew that, like, van life wasn't for me. Like, I wanted to go abroad, I wanted to go to Asia, which is what I ended up doing.
Yeah.
And, like, I really wanted to try lots of different places quite quickly, like, I think was one of the things. But, like, I like the idea of van life in that it is a bit slower. Like,
yeah, that's what I like about it. Like, you can explore, like, you know, loads of little tiny places that you may not be able to do without a vehicle or whatever.
Few moments later.
Tea! Well, I don't really drink tea that often, do I?
No. She calls hot water tea, don't you?
I drink hot water. People think that's fucking weird, but you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
I like it. You had hot water last night, didn't you?
I did. It was surprisingly quite nice.
My friend Hayley got me into hot water. Thanks, Hayley.
Refreshing.
She goes one step further, and she filters it as it goes into the cup, like with a sieve, so you don't get any of like the white bits from the kettle. You know, there's a lime scale.
That's impressive.
Maybe I should go to that step. You right there, Tank?
Tank,
we're on a tea
camera.
break.
Look.
Oh, there's a camera.
What's this way? He prefers us, obviously.
Ooh.
So, travelling. Like, when you go beyond England, right? Because that's, like, the first step. Wales, you talked about in the Q&A before. But, like, you're obviously thinking about travelling further, right? Like, is Europe on the cards? And, like, does that, like, scare you, excite you? What does it make?
It excites me. Like, I see pictures and videos and, like, stuff of, like, places in France I never even knew existed. Places in Spain, like... I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been to France and Spain before, but not this kind of way. I've been to Spain off-roading. That's where I flipped the Land Rover.
Oh.
Yeah, so, but, yeah, I would like to go to France, Spain. Norway is on one of my, on the list. And my friend Emma, she wants to go to Norway too. And she's like, can we go? Do
you want to see the Northern Lights? Or just...
Totes, yeah, of course I do. But I'd love to, like, ice swim there. Like, that's way
Oh my
me.
gosh, yeah. Yeah.
No, you can't go that way just in case there's paint, but you can sit on my lap. But my friend Emma, so they lived in a horse box for like over a year, and she was like, oh, we can take Lucy their bus, and yeah, and go to... The camera died. Ah! Oh, sorry. My big ass moving. So what was I saying? Yeah, so Norway I would definitely want to do with Em. even if it's just me and her, but she's obviously got twins, so that's a bit more difficult, but I don't mind doing it with her and her twins. Yeah, so Norway, Switzerland, my aunt lives there, but there's loads of places I'd love to visit in Switzerland, loads of lakes. Yeah, like Austria, Italy, there's loads, like I could name every single country, but there's no point in me doing that. I basically want to travel around Europe, yeah.
Like, so I definitely think I want to experience a bit of van life, like at some point.
Are you trying to invite yourself into my van? Yes. Don't worry, I got a second bed coming.
Oh.
You know that?
Did you? How
Yeah, so it's my seat here.
Yeah.
It's going to come up to the shower. That's going to be pull out to be made into a second bed. It may not be like full on like double size length, etc., but there'll be enough room to sleep in.
Amazing. So that would be really fun because that works really well for me because I can just like come in, get out, off we pop. But that's something I think would be really fun because nothing I love more than like getting on a flight and like getting to a new like country, like not even like a new city.
You up at the airport, beep beep.
Right.
Maybe I should get a funky horn. Me and Tang.
Oh, like that would be really cool. Like there's so much of Spain I want to see. Germany, like what am
Like the countries are so vast. That's even in the UK. That's what I've realised. Like it's not that I didn't know that. I'm not that stupid. Please don't take that for that.
Geography.
My thing is ticking off these places that I want to swim in. Like, you know, I've done some amazing swims in all the Great Lakes in Canada.
Wow,
but
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my list needs to be extremely long.
But like at the same time, like people are asking me like, how many countries have you been to, and like where do you want to go? And sometimes like counting can really just take away from the experience of being where you are. Yeah, but I do think that having a list of like places you'd like to swim in could be a really great thing because that's different than just like a country. Like that's a physical thing that you want to do. Like there's a
that
specific
and there's
lake.
Like places that I want to hike. You know, like mountains I want to hike and stuff like that, and even like mountain bike and road bike. Like
so active.
Yeah, that's what I always do. I am pretty active. But
so, final question.
Yeah.
What are you most excited for in the future?
Being able to be 100% myself. Because like I've said in a few of my videos, like every time I go away in Skylar, I come back home. Don't get me wrong, my home is amazing. I love it.
Right. And
I have amazing friends around here that I swim with every single morning. Like I go swimming every morning. And that's amazing, but I miss being in the van. Whether that feeling might change once I'm in the van, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like it's not that I can't be me. I'm still me, but then when I'm in the van, I'm even more me. I'm super excitable. Like my friend Stuart was like, "How are you so excitable in the morning?" I need to have coffee, and I'm like, "You don't want me to have coffee." Like my friend Chris was like, "Don't give her coffee." She survives on no caffeine whatsoever. Like I have one green tea maybe a day, and that's not every day. Like yesterday, I didn't have any green tea, but like, you know, I'm loving life. I'm excitable for life, and I think what's the point in us living if we're not doing what we love? Like, right? Should we paint the bed?
We're gonna paint the bed.
Let's do this.
Bye.
So we have finished for the day. We have finished coating the bed with the undercoat primer and knotting solution. Don't want to do all the slats because that's where the mattress is obviously going to go. Just did the sides. But it looks pretty cool now. It's white. Like, I step back without hurting my ankle. Walking backwards isn't very good for me. Yeah. It's looking good. And actually, now that this paint is dry, it looks a bit better, Em. Em's hungry. So, yeah. That's it. It's because it's not all 100% dry. I'm not going to put another paint over it today. Coat over it, sorry. I'm going to wait and do it probably tomorrow. So, yeah. That is today. Thanks for watching my video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel so that you get notifications when my new videos come out.